So, my narrative is going to take place in Ozark, Arkansas on Mulberry Mountain at Wakan Festival. And for those that don't know, Wakan Festival is an EDM festival. And if you remember, I mentioned that I go to a lot of EDM festivals, and I guess I'm a part of the EDM community. And EDM stands for electronic dance music. It's like very techno. It's very different than mainstream like concerts or festivals like Lollapalooza or Coachella, Bonnaroo, or even Beale Street Music Festival here in Memphis. Um, if you go to a festival like a mainstream one, in my experience, like for like Beale Street for instance, you have to be very strong and like I don't want to say rude, but like forceful with your words when you're doing things and going places because people will run you over. They will push you out of the way. They don't care who you are, what you're doing, or your reasons for passing. They will not say sorry. They will not say excuse me. They don't do any of that. And I guess I have it ingrained in my head that when I go to a music festival, I have to flip the switch and not be nice and respectful because no one else is going to be respectful for me. And if you aren't like forceful in that matter, you're not going to get where you need to go and have fun and do the things you want to do. But one night at my festival in Wakan, this girl hit me so hard. She was running through the crowd and she just ran into me, knocked the breath out of me, fell on the ground, and I was just ready to get in an argument and be rude and just like go off. And she personally walked around and tried to determine who she had just hit. And she found me finally because I watched her do all of this, and she was like, "Did I hit you?" And I was like, "Mm-hmm." And she was like, "I am so sorry." The fact that she like made the effort to find me, left her group, and to apologize to me was like eye-opening and just made me realize that I can't, and honestly we shouldn't as a whole, group people together, have the mentality of like grouping people together in a way that isn't fair. Like we shouldn't judge people based off prior experiences of like being in the same atmosphere. And I want to tie that into like fraternities and sororities as well. I'm not a sorority girl. I don't I'm not affiliated with that group or that community, but this past weekend I went to multiple fraternity events and sorority events, and it was completely different than what I thought. All the stereotypes were like pushed out the window. I thought I wasn't going to be accepted because I was an outsider and I wasn't a part of any of the philanthropies, and the guys were all welcoming. They weren't rude, they weren't, just gross, if y'all know what I mean. And the girls, they weren't stuck up. They were so welcoming. They just were very open arms. And I think it's very, very, very important for us to stop like treating people in the way that we think that we should treat them because we think that they're going to do something a certain way. So that would be the moral of what I'm trying to let out and share. And